Hi everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Mecha Team Leader. So I'm going to start with a pencil first, and then I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie. So if you don't want to see me sketch in pencil to get the idea down first, look in the timeline. Look in the information of the video, and it'll show when to jump forward to the Sharpie part of the drawing tutorial. Okay, so for now I'm going to start with a quick sketch for myself, and then I will switch over to the Sharpie. Okay, so I know you can't see this, but again, this is all for me. This is trying to come up with a good pose and trying to make it look awesome for you guys, because it's you know, Mecha Team Leader. You know, after the big battle, this should be awesome. You know, so I want to do something that honors it and makes it look fantastic and makes it look cool. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like an action pose, and in doing that I have to remember that not everything is going to be seen, and come up with a good mech look to it, you know. So this is going to be a rough sketch because you know, this is got a lot of hard edges and mech to it. Mechanical, I don't know why I keep saying mech, you know exactly what I mean. But I have to try to make it look cool and stand out, right? So I think what I'm gonna do is draw like this. Draw the fingers out, kind of like in the fighting pose. Well, you know, fighting stance. And make it look, you know, robotic or fight style. This is what I'm trying to say. Do you guys watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? That's not what I'm referencing. But I kind of have to think of something that's along the lines of what you might watch, because I grew up watching some other giant robots fighting, and I don't want to keep referencing that if that's not what you guys watched. You know what I mean? So I was just trying to come up with some kind of, well, this is because of Robotech, or you know, something like that. But I was like, well, they might not know what I'm talking about here. I'm talking like an old man. It's like, get with the times, old man. Okay, so let me see. Let's see. And also got to try to, I don't want to keep this fast and loose, not go too crazy here, but I got to put in enough detail that it looks robotish, and that I respect and honor the looks to each one of the faces, right? Because that's kind of the cool part, is that each one is like a different character, zone, whatever you want to call it. So, and also, this is pretty much just me making stuff up, because there is no picture of him in this pose. I'm just making this up just to try to get something down, you know? And okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm happy. I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to get going, because we got a lot to draw here, and I'm going to be making it up as I go. So let's get started with the Sharpies, okay? So I'm going to switch over to a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. Oop, not that one. This Sharpie pen. This is a lot finer than this, and I can control fine lines better with the Sharpie pen, which is why I'm going to use it first. So I'm going to start off with the face and go from here. So normally what I do is the eyes, but I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw the mouth, the muzzle. That'll guide me as to where everything is going to be, okay? So I'm just going to draw the muzzle, or the mouth, whatever you want to call it, like this. Let me thicken up some of these lines just a hair. Okay, and I'm going to come down a little, go up, come down, do like that. It's almost like a little upside down W, like that. Okay, and since we're here, let's go ahead and do it. Let's just go ahead and draw in the detail, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, let's see, there's one dot there, and I'm going to connect them on the side here. So I'm going to go and connect it there, here, here, and here. Whoops, I already left the line, so let's go ahead and do it. Let's just draw into that, draw into that, draw to that. Do the same thing over here. And that'll draw the, oops, I didn't connect there. That'll draw the muzzle, okay? So that'll start us with where everything's going to be. So now I'm going to draw the vents on the side here, like that. And I'm just kind of drawing parallel to the muzzle, the mouth, whatever you want to call it. And let's see, so now I'm gonna, you know what? There is a collar that is sticking up right here, and I don't want it to hit, but I kind of do. So I think I'm going to draw a line like this for the edge of the collar. I'm going to thicken it up just a hair. And I'm going to go ahead and draw it back like that. And that'll give me edges of where I can start and stop, because I want it to be behind, I want the head to be behind the collar. So I just want to make sure that's in front. So I have to draw that first. So now I can draw this part like that, and it didn't quite go back behind it, so it wasn't too much of a worry, but I did want to make sure that I did that and do it right. So that's going to be this part of the little vents on the side of the head, and I'm going to bring it back in like this and connect it there. So I'm going to do the same thing over here just so I don't forget where I was or what I was doing. Do it up like this and connect it like that. And those are, I guess, the cheeks, you know, I guess that's what that is. So now I'm going to draw the eyes, and it's pretty simple, but I want to make sure that I do it above the muzzle here. So I'm going to draw a line like this and a line like that, just to make sure I'm above. I didn't want to hit on accident. So now I can draw the little bitty eyes like this. Okay, and close it off. Close it off. And so now I'm going to draw the top of the head. Or you know what, let's draw the dome. That'll give us an edge of where we can do stuff. Okay, so now that we're here, I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. The dome's going to be about right there. That'll give us a guide of where we're going to go. So I'm going to dome it out. Going to make it dome-tastic and dome back down to here to that. All right, and so now I can draw the top of the head, which has got kind of a something like that, and it's going to go to about right there and to about right there. So now we're just going to connect those lines. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I was just showing you where I was going, okay? So now we're just going to go up, up, back down, and back down. And the, excuse me, the lightning bolt little thing, I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Normally I do that in color, but it feels like it was built on top of it, you know? And because this was built, I mean, you guys saw it being built, I'm going to say that it was mechanically built onto the actual robot. Okay, so let's just draw the ears like that. Come in here and do this. And there are two lines in each one. So I'm going to do that. And the hair, I'm going to draw like that. Another one like that. So this is all pretty thin compared to how this other Sharpie is about to go. So I'm going to start to thicken up the edges just a little bit, just to marry the look of what we're about to do with the big Sharpie. Not everything else, just the outline. Woo, that was too thick. Woo, that was way too thick. But I'm going to live with it. We're going to keep going. All right. Thicken up this edge like that. And I think that'll be enough. I'm going to do that on this side too, just to, again, make it cohesive. Make it look right. Make it look like the other side. And there we go. Now I made it work. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the big Sharpie, and you'll see what I'm talking about, how thick this is, and why I wanted to do it like that. Okay, so let's see. Let's finish off the collar that we had here. So it's back behind. like this. And see how thick that is versus those lines? That's why I wanted to. Look, that doesn't look so crazy now that this is next to it. It actually kind of works. So, okay, so here I'm going to draw, oh, you know what? Let's do the bottom of the head like that. And so now I can draw the neck like this. And I'm going to draw the chest piece, because I like drawing what's in front first, and then you can draw what's back behind. So the chest piece is going to be like this, over, and the pectorals are going to be like that. I'm going to reconnect some of these lines that I didn't quite touch. And I'm going to come in like this, and I come up here, and it's got like this circular little center part. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw that as a circle so I know where I am. And so now I'm just going to go and I'm going to connect there, and there's a second level to it, so I'm going to go ahead and draw more lines just like I just did. Okay, like right underneath, like this, like that. Okay, same thing here, a couple of thin lines like this. And since it's that side, we're not seeing that, so we don't have to worry about that part. So now let's draw this other part of the chest piece. I'm going to do like this, just to give me a guide of where we are. And then I'm going to come back up. And again, it's kind of 3D, so I'm going to add a couple extra lines. And if I add some extra crazy lines, I'm sorry, I just got to try to make it look like it's, you know, when I say 3D, it's obviously 3D, but what I mean is that it has dimension to it. It has hard edges. Okay, so I'm going to do one more like this. And I should do this with color, but I'm going to go ahead and do it just to make it look cool. Like that, and like that, okay? And there are lines in there like that, but again, I'm going to do that with color. There's the heart, I'm going to do that with color. Not going to worry about that. Alright, so let's finish off, or let's keep continuing on to the neck. And so I'm going to come up here like this and go around. This is going to come up here and go around. And it's a collar type thing, piece like that. So it's all going to connect here like this. And this obviously connects, so I'm going to go ahead and do all that. And that's this edge right there. So alright, so this arm is up, so I think I'll do that first and then we'll come back, okay? So I'm going to draw this shoulder piece up like this, over, up, over, and it's got like missiles in it, so I have to remember to give it a little bit of room for that. So I'm going to draw one missile like this, kind of to a point, like that. Okay, and so I'm going to draw the top edge of it now, which kind of comes up, and then this one's going to go straight back. Okay, and there is an edge to it, so what I'm going to do is, instead of color, I'm going to just show you the edge like this, like that. You see what I'm saying? Pretty cool, right? I'm going to draw some of this. I don't want to go crazy with all this detail, but I'm going to draw some of this for you. Because it's a robot, and we want to give it some robot looks, right? Okay. Alright, so now the shoulders right there, that's all we got to do is just close that off, because his arm is up, and I can't really draw too much, okay? So I'm going to bring his arm down here like this, and it's just, because it's robot parts, all I got to do is draw some straight edges, draw it out like this. I'm going to give it kind of a look that it's got, let's see how, again, I'm not looking at this, I'm looking at a regular picture, and I've got to figure out how it looks if it were in this position. So I'm going to come up, out, down, like that, this. Alright, and so then for this arm, let's do this hand first, and then we'll reconnect back, because the hand is in front. So bear with me, bear with me that I'm going to be drawing this just floating, and we'll come back. Okay, so we're going to draw a thumb like this, and again, it's a robot hand, so we get to decide how it's going to be and make it look like what we want it to look like, okay? But we do have to honor design. So I'm going to do something like this. All right. And just, again, bear with me that I'm drawing the fingers. I'm going to come back with the detail with a lighter pen. I'm going to come and then just draw the top tip of the finger, like that. Again, tip of the robot finger, like this. And then the other one out like this. All right. All right, like that. So, looks kind of wonky, but now let's go back and add some detail, okay? Let's make it robotic. Robotoid. Robotron. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's not like we heard it speak. Alright, so you see what I'm doing here? I'm just kind of adding, like, robot edges to it where creases and folds would be. And, again, this is ours. We get to do what we want here. So, I'm going to just do where I would think creases and folds would be based on it's a robot, And I'm just making this up as I go. This is all me designing robot hands here. There's no rhyme or reason or that's wrong, this is right, So yeah, I like that. That's looking pretty good to me. And again, just drawing some crazy what I think a robot hand would look like on the inside because it's got to bend and fold, So I think that's good enough. I'm not going to go crazy and draw a whole bunch of different lines. You get the idea, okay? So now we got to draw that wacky shape of the wrist that it expands out. So I'm going to do the top like this, come down like that, and I'm going to imagine I'm doing the same thing here. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of do something like this for the wrist, and I'll take care of the coloring inside there in a bit. And so now we just got to bring all those lines back. Okay, something like that. And again, I'm just going to make this up. I'm going to draw a couple of robot things inside there, and that's it. I'll add a couple of extra lines here just to give me some 3D look to it, some design, Same thing here. Let's add an edge just to give it hard edges, smoothness. All right, so still with me? Perfect. Let's keep going. So for the side here, he's got some missiles, so let's do both of those. Let's see. This one, it kind of comes out like this. We'll do the same thing like that. This one, you're seeing it from the side view. This one we'll see from the front. Like that. Okay? So now let's just draw his chest. Something like this. And again, we get to make this up because this is our robot, We don't have to draw every single line. No one's going to look at this and say, those lines aren't supposed to be there. You're going to look at this like, hey, this is pretty cool. This is your version of Mecha Team Leader, So enjoy that, appreciate that. Okay, so now I'm just drawing like the stair step crotch piece there, and that'll, you know what, I'm going to come back here and do a few more little details just because inside this there is like another level to it of a different, look. Something like that. Okay? And again, all that did was just give us, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of fun. So, now that we have that, we can start drawing this. And I have this arm back behind him. So the elbow is back here to the hand, and it's kind of tucked into his waist. So, to do that, all we have to do is, we're going to draw this shoulder piece over here. And so, it's going to be like this. And we can't see much of it because it's tucked back. It's not up like this one, so we don't have to worry about drawing too much. Okay, so since it's tucked back, all you're going to see is his hand. So basically, I just got to draw the top of the dinosaur, and that's his hand, or that's the top of his hand, right? So we just got to draw his thumb, which is basically that, you know, and his fingers, well, his hand, which again is a robot hand. All we got to do is draw, like we did over here, just pieces. Like that, you know? And so what I'll do is I'll draw like his fingers are bent, like that. And there, perfect. See, there's not much we got to draw because of his side. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't draw the teeth. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, so let's see. How about we do this? Let me see if I can build off of this. Yeah. Look at that. Making it work. There we go. If you got an eraser, go back and do that. But I kind of hid the teeth inside there. Alright. Got away with it. Cover our mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to draw the googly eye like this. I guess I'll draw the pupil up there like that. And I'm going to draw the top of the head like this. To the nostril and bring it down like that. And the nostril is just a little something like that. So now all we got to do is just draw the fins of the dragon dinosaur, I guess. Don't know why a dinosaur has fins. Anyway, let's keep going. So now let's draw the legs. And the legs just got a little bit of, you know, a little bit of mech built into it. We just have to just play around with it. So I'm going to draw the top of the leg like this. And this side's going to come down like that. There are, though, the hip things that are like this. And again, now I'm just drawing square parts, you know? There's the knee, I guess is what we're going to call that. And so I just got to connect this and do that. I'm going to draw this and come across. And again, it's hard-edged pieces, so there's not a lot we can really do. I'm just going to kind of draw some edges like this, and that'll help us show that it's square. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and finish this leg since we're over here. So there's the knee part that comes up like this, connected like that, and all we got to do here is basically draw the shape of the leg. There is a line there, but we're not going to worry about that. We're going to draw this part here like this and do that. Okay, and again, there's going to be another I wanted to say knee, but it's an ankle piece, right? Let's connect this here because we didn't do that. So here, let's just do something like this. How about we come in here, do that. There, and that'll give us edges, you know? Oh, you know what? There's a knee piece here. Let's see if we can do that real fast. Let's see. So it kind of goes up like this, and then there are the rockets or something like that. Okay, pulled it off. Got away with it. I'm gonna do the face. Actually, I'm gonna wait till I get over here. You know what? Let's wait till I get to both of these before I do that. Let's just keep going with this leg. So this leg, let's see. Let's try to draw some mech look to it. Mechanical. Sorry if I just keep saying that word and it doesn't make sense. Let's draw some mechanics to it. Like this. And again, straight down. There's not much we can really do because it's, you know, hard edges. There's that piece, but the front view. So all we can really do is do that. There's the knee piece, I guess. The joint is basically the word I was looking for. So now let's draw this thing here. So I'm going to draw the front view, kind of like we did over here. All we can really do is draw circles because it's a front view of a side dome. That's all we can do. Okay, so let's draw the leg over here. Again, more mech look to it. Bring it in just a hair. And then I'm going to do this. Like that. Same thing, come out. Alright, so now I'm just going to kind of draw like that, okay? And let's go ahead and connect this there. And so now let's draw the faces, and I'm going to draw just a little bit of the detail with the Sharpie, just so I can get some of this detail and not lose the fun googliness of it, you know. So like the googly eyes is what I want to do. Same thing over here. Let's draw the. See, I know it's going to be something like that, so I'm going to draw. Thicken that up just a little bit. I'm going to dir this burger up just enough. Something like that. Alright, so let's do the mustache over here. And again, I just want to do this with the fine Sharpie because I can control it much better. And let's draw the mouth. Something like that. Let's see, what else? Oh, the eyebrows. And this one may be floating because that's going to be above the shoe. Let's see how I can do this. Oh, come on, Sharpie. Alright. There. Okay. And here I'm just going to do the tongue, and I can do the rest with the big fat Sharpie. Okay. Yeah, let's do the rest with the big fat Sharpie. Alright. Oh, you know what I'm going to do too? I got to do this part. So let's draw something like this. Okay. And now let's continue the feet. So basically I'm just going to do like that. Continue where we were going. And that's all I really got to do. There are more lines in there, but again, we can't draw everything, and it's almost impossible to because it's too robotic, and we don't have a lot of time. Okay, but I'm going to draw as much as I can for you, just to at least give it a look. You know, that style. All right, and so now I'm going to draw the mouth like this. Draw another tongue, a little piece of cheese hanging out. The meat, and then the bottom of the foot, like this. Okay. I'm going to add just a few little extra lines. Like that, just to give it something. Just a little bit of the look, you know. Because that's the way it was designed. Yeah, I think I need to add a line back there. Let's see, there was something else I was going to do. Oh, I'm just going to add some lines like this, just to give it that hard-edged look. And I'm going to take care of the rest with color. So that is Mecha Team Leader. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used. Or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.